What's going on, Stargazers? Arik here, and let's talk about the 2021 Capricorn season forecast. Oh my gosh, we are entering into Capricorn. It's the winter solstice. It's a whole new energy, and I am doing, of course, a quantum sunlight meditation to help you optimize the energy that's available, because we have so many transits going on in Capricorn this year, spilling over to the next year as well. And for anybody who wants to just read about Capricorn generally, please check out my book, Zodiac Hacks. There's a whole chapter in here dedicated on Capricorn. But what I want to do is just talk about what we can do this year and the transits that are happening this year, because there are some really big things going on. So, of course, we have the winter solstice on December 21st, and then that means that the sun is entering Capricorn. We're going into Capricorn season. So we're all becoming like little Capricorns. The area in our chart where Capricorn is going to be highlighted. So there's a lot of energy pouring into that area of your life. You can figure it out by signing up to the workshop, and then you can put your name in the calculator and you can see where it's manifesting as per the Zodiac Hack system. And then we have Christmas Eve. We have a really big transit. This is the last transit of 2021, where the planet Saturn is going to be making a square into Uranus. That's on Christmas Eve, and I'm going to talk about all this because it's really, really, really intense. So what can I say just generally about Capricorn season this year is that we're really gifted this opportunity to find the solutions to Capricorn, which is traditionally a very heavy, a very difficult, a very dark month, because it's during the darkest time of the year for those of us in the northern hemisphere. And in the southern hemisphere, it's dark in the energetic sense. So we need to find the remedy to that this year by accessing the other side through the energy of Cancer, which is the opposite. That's the summertime. So yeah, Capricorn season, I will elaborate more on that in the workshop. But what we need to know is that Capricorn season isn't easy, but the rewards are huge. So anything in life that seems to be difficult, it has very big rewards, of course. So think of it like Christmas, where all the wishes are granted and then some. So you can read more in the chart by seeing where that's manifesting for you, where those gifts and where those rewards are going to manifest, okay? So there is no coincidence, and I have to mention it, that the fourth installment of The Matrix, which is all about Capricorn energy, The Matrix Resurrections, is going to premiere during Capricorn, basically on the winter solstice. So on 12/22/2021, this is these master numbers here. Capricorn is a sign of illusion. If you know anyone who has a lot of Capricorn energy, they're working a lot with how things look, the illusion, and it's also about this energy of control. Capricorn has to control. So the Matrix is all about that. It's about the illusions. It's about controlling the minds that are plugged into the material world. It's all about the metaverse and all of that. So even before the metaverse was a thing. So Capricorns, you see it, you know it. Anyone who's under that really intense energy of Capricorn knows that they want control. It's all about the energy of control. Controlling others, controlling ourselves. Capricorn energy needs control. Without it, Capricorns end up striving for it. They really, they need that energy of control. And again, that's what the Matrix is all about. How we are controlled, how we are sedated with software and hardware to make things easier to control us, because we're distracted about what's really going on. So this is the story of mankind since the beginning of time, okay? It's nothing new. It's just, every time it's being told in the contemporary version of the times. So the need to control others is always about something else. It's not really about control. It's about what's behind that. Why does there need to be control behind it? It's not about just simple control. Control is a means to an end. So in the Matrix, humans are controlled by the machines in order to extract energy from the humans, because the machines, they need the humans, they need batteries, they need energy. They need power to turn on. Like we need energy to do things, machines need energy to do things. So either way, whatever, enough on that. The premiere of the movie fits perfectly. I think it's a really good milestone for this energy of Capricorn themes that we are all facing as a collective now. We see it happening, okay? So we are in this state of transition as a society, and there is no secret about that anymore. We all now know that life has changed and that's the way it is, and we all see it and we accept it, and that it's not going to ever be the same. It's not going to ever be the same, and that's just really impossible because we've already been through it now this far. It cannot go back and be the same. So, but here's the thing, there is this battle for control on all sides. Everyone is fighting for this energy of control, and this will peak more or less during the energy of Capricorn, because that's what happens during every Capricorn season. So we are really called to figure out, like looking at the chart here, it's like we need to really figure out where we belong and where our true spiritual beliefs are taking us. Not what we want to believe, but really what we do believe, because that's going to take us where we go, right? So our spiritual practice, everything we've done, our beliefs up until March 2020 really prepared us for the rude awakening of a reality that nobody hoped for, okay? So it's really showing us where we stand with our beliefs and our practice. But it's where we are, and it's what we need to work with. That's also Capricorn. It's the realities that we need to work with. So the way through this year's Capricorn season is really by accessing that opposite energy that I was talking about earlier. And that's found with the constellation of Cancer, which is absolutely opposite than Capricorn. Cancer is soft, it's warm. Capricorn is cold, it's hard. Cancer is summer, Capricorn is winter. So at the beginning of the season, Capricorn season, the moon, which is the ruler of Cancer, is found in a very critical degree of the sign Cancer. So I'm saying that because it gives it a lot of power to kind of face off against that Capricorn energy. So when we are accessing that opposite energy, it's helping us to overcome that energy and to balance out that energy of Capricorn. So it's giving us a very strong wave of energy against what's called a grouping of planets in Capricorn. There's going to be a huge grouping of planets in Capricorn, which we need to be very mindful of, because when we had the first breakout, when we had the first change, right, there was a huge grouping of planets, like with the first COVID thing, right? So we have to be very, 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 very mindful of that, because it's almost like coming around again, but we don't want it to be the same. So a wave of emotional energy is coming up for us, and this wave of energy is connected to what we did from July 17th till July 22nd of this year, 2021. So go look in your calendar, look at your feeds, look at your, your archives. What did you do on this day? Look at your photos, all that. See what you did on that day, on those days, because during that time, there was a healing in the cosmos that was about healing jealousy and healing hatred. So as we are remembering this energy and we're inviting this energy into our life, then we're inviting the ability to overcome the heaviness of Capricorn. And then what happens is that we can completely hack Capricorn for this year by activating the spiritual qualities of Capricorn and the gifts of Capricorn, which are very, about hard work, having humor, having the determination and the endurance and the honesty to do things. And also, Capricorn is very psychic once it's getting over its material addictions. It has so much psychic energy, it doesn't even know what to do with it. From my book, actually, I want to just read something here about Capricorn. Let me see, where was it? Here. It says, Capricorn season has us all working harder than usual. People may feel a bit heavier than usual, which can trigger entitlement patterns. it's a strong season to manifest as long as you're not manipulating others. Okay, so we really want to watch out for that manipulation energy, because if we're manipulating our way into getting things and doing things, it's going to come back and bite us in the butt. So as we are appreciating, you know, the jealousy that we've healed this past year, specifically from the end of July, from the 17th of July to the 22nd of July, we resolve the energy of lack that's usually plaguing Capricorn. Capricorn's always looking at what it doesn't have. It's looking at the lack. So we are really called to become aware of our problems during the Capricorn season and then rise up to the level where the solution is, okay? So this brings up, of course, another opportunity that we have during Capricorn season right away, which is the winter solstice. And the winter solstice is the darkest day of the year. And winter is ruled by the earth element. Okay, so all 4 seasons are ruled by different elements. And it's the winter is also the darkest time of the year. Even though the sun is getting brighter, we have to go through the darkness, okay? So even though from the winter solstice on, it gets brighter, it's still going through the dark. So it's kind of like this paradox. Or this balance, right? So I guess it's pretty much the same thing. A paradox and balance are pretty much the same thing. Either way, the energy and the materials that have been stored and saved, they are going to be used during winter. And actually, a good tip is that winter is a good time for anyone who wants to lose weight, because the body naturally begins to use up what's been stored throughout summer. In summer, our bodies, they're piling, you know, weight and energy on because it wants to prepare for the cold winter. So as we are going within, as we are going indoors and we're staying indoors, we can draw upon these energy reserves, the creative energy, and also work on our shadow side. And the shadow isn't something that we should be afraid of, but most of us are, because the shadow is part of us. It's just another part that we're not aware of, but it is a beautiful part of us as well. But if we are afraid of our shadow, it takes over and it hacks us, and then we start acting it out. So we're not even aware of it. We start acting really crazy. We betray ourselves. We betray others. We commit really stupid acts of treason, if you will, against our higher self. So this is just where fear and jealousy are taking us, and we need to be mindful of that, because you know, we want to prevent that right from the start, okay? So this is a lot of the night of the soul, the dark night of the soul energy is being activated as we are continuing through that natural cycle of growth, which is very necessary. We have to go through it, each and every one of us. So all of winter is made up of 3 astrological seasons. We have Capricorn, then we have Aquarius, and then we wrap it up with Pisces before we hit the spring equinox with Aries. So each constellation has its particular needs, right? So Capricorn is very needy for controlling others, and it wants to make money, and that's why Christmas and the fiscal new year are good expressions for the Capricorn season. Capricorn really gives us the fear that we are going to end up homeless, that we're going to end up on the street. So it really, the energy of Capricorn compels us to control everything to prevent this from happening, right? As if, you know, I mean, that's a horrible thing, but Capricorn thinks that it can control everything and that it has to do everything and that nothing can happen without its work. And because of that, Capricorn can become very obsessed with the laws and the rules in order to feel safe in the material world. But this is a mistake, because safety is not found in the material world. We have to use the spiritual energy so that we can feel safe in the material world. Now, Aquarius needs, the second cycle in winter needs the connection. It needs to know about things. It needs the knowledge. It needs the data, as well as the bigger picture of what's going on. And then in the final month, Pisces needs love and compassion and tenderness. It also needs forgiveness, and it also needs to kind of know what's going on with some information and data and stuff like that. So these are the 3 months that we have during the winter cycle that I'm going to talk about specifically as we're getting into it. But what we need to know right now is that understanding this energy of Capricorn, it's going to help the area where Capricorn is ruling in your chart to do what's honest and what's right. These are also these amazing qualities of Capricorn, of being honest and fair, and just kind of like this, doing the thing that puts the thing in its proper place, right? Capricorn wants to really make sure that everything is where it belongs, where it's supposed to be. So it's only once Capricorn allows spirituality to rule over matter that the archetype can truly control the material. So it's not material controlling material, but the spiritual energy controlling the material. And this is how we can make huge changes in our reality during the season of Capricorn. And again, being that it's an earth sign during the earth season of winter, our challenge this year for 2021 and into 2022 is to bring lack into success by means of overcoming jealousy and greed and this energy of lack, bringing it into success. So it's time to let go in order to really and truly move on. Capricorn's ruler, Saturn, the planet Saturn, will be squaring off with Uranus on Christmas Eve. So we need to get over the fear of changes, the fear of the unfamiliar, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the untried, and the fear of experimental aspects that we're going through as a collective in the world that we are living in. Many times what happens is that we reject things based on fear because they are new. So thinking that we can avoid change, this is not going to work. We can't. We cannot avoid change. We can all only get to the future together and by changing. The new year begins with Jupiter in 0 degrees Pisces. So the new year is falling here with during Capricorn. So we will really swim with the depths of spirituality with the largest life raft ever created, that being that being Jupiter. So really get ready for the metaverse, or the Matrix is a very good depiction of this, and it's going to render in a reality near you sooner than you think. And then the sun is going to combust Pluto during this season and in January. So we really want to watch out for false confessions, things that we've said before that people have already heard us say it, the same old story just being dressed up. And again, before that though, we have that Capricorn gathering on December 29th, and it's going to give us another chance to bite the snake that bit us, so to speak, as a collective when COVID hit, because it was that Capricorn congregation that released the new world that we're living in today, and it's coming together again, and it's highlighting the fears and the delusion. So as you're going throughout the season, remember that what you are feeling, if you're feeling negativity, it probably isn't you. It's just the month of Capricorn. It's just the Capricorn season. There is an overwhelming sense of lack and fear and of loss swirling around in the atmosphere. And if we do not connect to our spiritual nature, we are going to fall into this trap of thinking that that's all there is and that there's nothing more to life. In the areas, we also have to think about in the areas we have manipulated ourselves to get what we want, or manipulated others to get what we want, we are receiving a notice from the universe that this manipulation is going to backfire and that we're going to have to pay our dues for that. Or we can undo it ourselves with atonement or with meditation, spiritual work, things like this. And if we don't, what's going to happen is that it could produce anxiety and fear, and again, that desire for control that Capricorn is so famous for. So all of this is being confronted now, and the challenge is that when we are drowning in fear and doing things out of fear, the ego is in control. And in other words, when the ego is in control, when we are in fear, there is no room for spiritual efforts. None. You cannot be in fear and spiritual at the same time. You can't. So if we are listening and believing in people who are speaking from a place of fear, we are following the blind. So light and darkness, they cannot exist together, because even the tiniest flame will illuminate the darkest room. And this is the same. This is true for the relationship between wisdom, which would be like the little flame, and fear, which would be darkness. So maybe we don't have the entire picture, but when we are fearless, we don't need the entire picture. So unlike the ego that needs all the information to control in order to make a quote-unquote choice, even with all the data and all the knowledge, the ego can never become fearless that way. We can never substitute the fearless energy of wisdom with all the information in the world. We can't. So from that place of fearless wisdom, we can create our reality where otherwise we are caught in webs of fear-filling URLs and articles and all kinds of misinformation, whatever. There is no doubt that Capricorn can make life difficult, but we all have Capricorn somewhere in our chart, and it's a necessary step in the circle of life to go through it, because the rewards are so great. So we are asked to lighten up and bring light to the areas in our life where we suffer. And we see throughout the month this time around of Capricorn what we are lacking. But in order to fulfill it with light, that's why I'm offering the sunlight meditation into Capricorn, which you can do over a 30-day period. And also, we will have the new moon meditation on January 2nd, which is going to give us the ability to bring light into the new year. And then on that day, Mercury is also going to move into Aquarius, which is going to open our minds to new ways of doing things. And a couple days after that, Mercury is going to go retrograde during Capricorn, asking us to think outside of the box and to think outside of any box that we've ever created, ever. So stay tuned for the new moon workshop and forecast. And on January 16th, the sun is going to, like I said earlier, I want to mention it again, it's going to combust the planet of Pluto. And this is a very powerful day for atonement, because we will be shown our judgments. So really take those judgments into the process of atonement to dissolve them and release that enslaved energy that's keeping you from upgrading. And these are these judgments about people, about ourselves, all kinds of stuff, okay? So be kind to others, especially on January 16th, and allow yourself the power of true and total transformation into a higher version of yourself. On January 17th is going to be the full moon of healing. This is the time of year when we can take all and any obstacles that are in the way of healing, so that have been created by past actions that have blocked future progress, and we can remove them. In doing so, we will invite healing into our bodies and realities, and I will be doing a full moon of healing workshop as well. And then on January 18th, within that full moon window, Uranus is going to go from retrograde to direct, giving us a strong push forward. And then the North Node is going to move into Taurus. Oh my God, this is a lot. So that nodal shift is extremely important and life-changing for each and every one of us. And as the nodes change every 18 months, it's a big one, okay? And actually, you can learn all about the lunar nodes in Zodiac Hacks online. There you can access classes about the 12 signs and the two nodes and access all future and past sun, moon, and sun, new moon, and full moon workshops. So this is really big. So when the nodes are shifting into that Taurus Scorpio axis, the entire collective will be challenged with intense fate. New systems will be implemented under this cycle, and we will get a new meaning of life as we know it. This will not be an easy time, as we are confronted with self-destructive tendencies, and as a collective, we really want to push and build forward, but we are being hit with unexpected situations, so we need to remain flexible and to not give up no matter what. We also need to get over any self-destructive tendencies, so stay tuned for more info about this 18-month transit. So you guys, remember that during Capricorn, you know, it's our journey to transcend the stars and the transits and to really trust in the universe. It's so important. And we're supported with a lot of positive energy. Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, they're always falling in with that month of Capricorn to give us extra energy. Capricorn truly is that sign of light, and yet it falls on the darkest day of the year during the darkest season of the year, but the light is increasing from there on up. So this is really to remind us that the greatest light comes from the greatest dark, but if we are in denial about the dark, we will not see the light. So really, check out Zodiac Hacks for more information about Capricorn. Be cautious of the pessimistic attitudes now, and don't be afraid of what you lack, because you can fulfill it. Okay, now let's get into the 12 sign forecast for all the zodiac, how it's going to manifest more or less during Capricorn season 2021 and into 2022. Okay, let's start off with Capricorn, as this is your season that we are in. So Capricorn, you have the tarot card here is the Ten of Pentacles. So you're working off themes of entitlement, and it is your birthday month. So happy birthday, happy solar return. Very important to give thanks to your parents, and you'll want to book a birthday reading, also known as a solar return reading, to see what's coming up in the year ahead. Now is really the time to focus on your development and integrating into society as your newly revealed self. So it's about being grateful for your reincarnation or your rebirth, and not taking life or anything for granted now. You most certainly don't want to do that. So it's about cultivating gratitude. You will feel the power of the Capricorn gathering on December 29th. So really focus your energy into gratitude, and wealth will flow in. I'm also going to suggest to be careful of making stupid mistakes on January 16th. So just go slow and be smart in what you're doing, okay? Be smart, don't do anything rash. Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, you have the Four of Swords for Capricorn season. So this is about rest. So suspend your thoughts and meditate throughout the month. You will get a boost of mental activity on January 2nd to help you in your pursuits. Think about how you can help others by giving them peace of mind. It's a good time to take a vacation from anxiety. It's a good time for vacation, but also like some kind of holiday. Use the holidays to really relax, and then later on you're gonna want to use your discrimination and not waste your ideas on those who are unfocused. Pisces. Wow, you have the Seven of Cups, Pisces. So it's winter, and you're definitely in your element, sort of, more or less. You're a bit overwhelmed with all the options you have. There's like castles in the sky kind of energy, and you have no idea what to choose. So this is a time for you to transform and choose something new. Choose something new. On December 28th, Jupiter will enter into your sign, which will bring a lot of good luck and fortune. It's going to stay there for a year, but it's going to dance in and out for a little while, and then it's going to really move in later. So, but you have an abundance of things, but you need to take inventory and make a choice. So really pay attention to your dreams and cultivate the willpower to make the best decision. Aries, you have the 10 of Wands. So you're holding on to something that you should probably be letting go of, maybe some old energy. This is a very inventive and intuitive time for you, but you need to stay focused on what you truly want. Everything else is a burden. Stay focused on your goal and know that new energy is always manifesting for you. This is a time for you to learn about endurance, stop being a firework, and learn how to be a roaring fire. You have the strength and you have the vision. Now is the time to walk across the hot coals to your goals and not get burned. Taurus, you have the 4 of Pentacles. The matrix will not save you. That's the message here. You need to open up to a higher power in order to bring life into your material world. It will make you so happy. So this is about meditation, letting go of old things. If you can't, the universe will knock on your door saying, out with the old, in with the new. And on January 18th, the North Node is entering into your sign. You can study about the nodes on Zodiac Hackers online, but this is activating a lot of collective fate that isn't very easy to process at all. On the same day, Uranus will go direct, pushing you into the right direction. Stay strong, Taurus. Everyone will be looking to you for guidance and where to go. Gemini, you have the 7 of Swords. So a big weight is lifted off of your shoulders. And on January 18th, the nodes will shift out of your sign. This is a time for health and completion, possibly travel. You need peace now to heal yourself and to hear yourself. So it's a good time to take some me time for your health. Your efforts are now seeing the light of day, but this season, you need to look at what you're trying to get away with. What fears are keeping you from generosity and honesty now? You can overcome your fears by asking questions and making the most of the answers. Your open heart will also help you overcome any fears that may come up during Capricorn season. Cancer, you have the 10 of Cups. You have the solution for all of this heavy Capricorn energy. Motivate everyone to tap into the spiritual side by being careful and not careful, but caring, nurturing, and loving. Family ties are strong and there will be many happy changes occurring really in the background. Kind of getting rid of some background noise. Positivity begins to settle in now. It's a good time to socialize with friends and family to share your happiness. There is a lot of love to be had and shared, and you are in an environment where you can attain greater fulfillment. You may even receive many gifts or honors during Capricorn season this year, but you must relax and enjoy the people around you and fall in love with your life. Leo, you have the protection of the 4 of Wands. You have the celebration of this Capricorn season. Winter is asking you to make a happy home and to complete your work and your projects. Things you have been working on will reach their fullest expression during this time. It's a good energy to sit around and draw down the protective energy. Be creative and artistic in order to refine how you communicate with others. There could be some delay or degradation of your creative abilities if you're not using them. If you don't use it, you will lose it. But don't worry, it can only be good if you find love and stay in it. Virgo, you have the 7 of coins, and you like to use this Capricorn energy to work hard and manifest money. You need to be patient though throughout all the ups and downs that come with Capricorn season. It's time to grow and work hard at a slow and steady pace. Your success is dependent on your merit and your fate, so work on your self-values during this time. Be practical about your ambition and see the situation as it really is, not what it could be. It's good to envision, but you need to first see what you're working with, and that's totally you. You have the vision for value now, and you want actual results, which you will get. There are many opportunities popping up for you now. Do not get frustrated over money. It's all healing now during this Capricorn season. Libra, this is a time for you to really open up to new things. Blockages are dissolving so that the flow of life can move through you. You are being tested now, so this is a time for rebirth and responsibility. Please control your thoughts through meditation and using all your tools. It's important that you get objective about yourself, otherwise you could get insecure. The best advice I have for you with this 10 of Swords card is, well, don't be your worst enemy, because it's a waste of energy, and really train your thoughts to be supportive, okay? Scorpio, so the South Node is entering your sign on January 18th, and it's going to be kind of rough. All sorts of things are coming up, but they want to help you grow. Fate is being reevaluated. Now it could be a time to bring up some new opportunities. Your past efforts are now starting to see some momentum. This is really amazing. Wealth, it's a good time for money, and it's a good time to spend with family and friends. If you're not content though, then you need to set new priorities and find new spiritual goals so that you can find contentment. You may become aware of what you've been missing all these years, and maybe you'll even find what you've been looking for. But do not forget to reach out. And finally, Sagittarius, you have the 7 of Wands. You have a lot of energy this season, and you really will need it. This is a time when you should keep faith in yourself, and you have the chance to use your energies to help others with their problems. You don't need to be Superman or Superwoman, but you can help others who are asking for help. Be compassionate with them and stand up for yourself at, any time, which you're really good at. Take care of your family and listen to them without saying anything. Sometimes they just really need you to listen. You will have all the energy you need to pull through. Your eyes will open to see yourself in a new rainbow light of love and happiness so that you can see your path clearly. You just have to walk it, and remember to have fun throughout the Capricorn season. Okay guys, that's it. That's everything for the Capricorn season. If you need help, please, you can get a chart reading or a healing. You can read about Capricorn in the book Zodiac Hacks. Thank you guys all so much. Have a wonderful Capricorn season, and thank you for being the one who makes a difference by using Astrology. My name is Arik, and I'll see you in one of the workshops. Bye!